2 years ago, I made a video titled 3 Things You Should Avoid Buying in Westbound. It's by far my most popular Westbound video to date, sitting at 33,000 views as I'm recording this. As much success as this video did bring, it's also outdated, and it has been outdated for a while now, since a lot has changed with the game since then, with new updates being added, as well as my opinions also changing. For starters, all gold weapons got a buff, making them better than their original counterparts. And while the weapon does not one-shot as the comments of the original video would suggest, it does make it easier to switch and combo with other weapons. The accuracy of no-scoping with the Buffalo rifle was actually increased, making this thing viable in close-range combat. However, from a beginner's perspective, this doesn't really matter. I'm still under the opinion that gold weapons are some of the last things you should probably grind for in the game, and while the stats are buffed, that only makes a tiny difference. Is the golden buffalo rifle still useless though? It is not anymore. I am here proud to announce that it's getting removed from the useless purchases list, and it's gonna get replaced, don't worry. My opinion on Big Dynamite hasn't changed at all since then. I mean, I've played with it more ever since that video, and it's fun, but it's not cost effective in the long run. If there is definitely one crappy part of this list, it's the inclusion of the Morgan horse. I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of put this in as a filler. I needed a third item to put on the list, so I went with the Morgan horse. In reality, it's kind of just like every single other beginner horse. It just exists. It works for what it is. There's nothing wrong with buying the Morgan at all. You can definitely purchase it alongside a Kentucky Saddler later on. So, how do I update the list? Well, first of all, I'm just going to straight up change the subject to useless weapons, since I'm now going to include the Mauser and the Colt Lightning on it instead. First up, we have the Colt Lightning, which just straight up sucks. This thing was added recently in the last update. It's basically meant to be a quick draw weapon, since it has a faster equip time and also has a faster reload speed as well. But this comes at the cost of some damage and accuracy, and that really shows, because the accuracy on this thing sucks. Take this comparison between the Colt Lightning and the Remington, for example. Although the Colt Lightning is able to land the first shot, the accuracy after that is just absolute crap. The Remington, on the other hand, has a tighter spread, and it also is able to land 2 shots instead in this clip. I might as well cover Big Dynamite while I'm at it, because nothing has really changed with it at all. Yes, the bigger explosion radius does mean you can get larger groups of players, and might be able to do more damage with it, but it costs $20 a piece. Compare that to a normal dynamite, which is only $5. Yeah, that's gonna get very expensive in the long run, especially if you use dynamite a lot in PvP. And next, we have the Mauser Pistol. The Mauser Pistol is by far one of the oldest guns in the game, and I don't think it's aged well. It kills in 6 shots to start with. That's the least amount of damage out of any pistol in the game. Next would be its reload animation. The reload animation, for some reason, the Mauser is very slow. Like your players taking their sweet time with loading the clip of ammo into the gun. Given that most Westbound PvP situations revolve around close range combat, that's not going to do you really any favor. Every second is going to count, and a slow reload animation does not help. And yes, that is the updated list for the most useless purchases in Westbound. When I originally made that video 2 years ago, I did not expect it to get 33,000 views, nor did I expect to get so many angry comments about people thinking that the Buffalo Rifle one-shots. Surprisingly, Westbound doesn't have that many useless purchases to begin with. That really only applies to some of the weapons. Anyways, let me know in the comments where you agree or disagree with the listings in this video. Anyways, I will see you later. Goodbye.